What's up, money growers? Jacob back here with another video, coming to you guys today about a video that's going to be important, without a doubt. This is definitely an important topic, but it's not going to be, it's going to be a little more somber, okay, is the mood, right? I'm not sure how else to put it. Obviously, you guys see me on here, I'm usually smiling and cheerful and that kind of thing. And, I'll definitely be smiling throughout this video. Cause it'll be positive and it'll be encouraging, definitely, as we go through it towards the end. But a part of it is going to be, not fun to talk about because there are bad things that can happen if you really do have a bad credit score or just a bad financial picture in your life, and it's going to affect more than just the numbers in your bank account. And we're going to talk about that in other ways it will affect you, and it really can hurt you, and it can really steal money from you and really just steal from your life in general. So guys, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for this video anyway. Just because I think this will be helpful for a lot of people, although it says it's not the most upbeat topic, but it's important nonetheless. So let's talk about this. So 8 ways that having a bad credit score can steal money from you. It can really screw up your life. So let's talk about the first one. This is going to be about employment opportunities, right? So the work you do, which obviously has a big impact on the income you make and the life you can live. Certain jobs, they are going to run your credit if you want to be working in that field, particularly things like, a first responder. So if you want to be like military, fire, police, they're going to run your credit. If you want to work in the finance industry, definitely certain jobs, they're going to run your credit. And it's not necessarily, you want to have at least a decent credit score, but it's not always just like the score itself so much as is if you owe a ton of money, if you have a ton of debt. Because oftentimes, if you're a first responder, you're dealing with people in vulnerable situations. And they don't want, oftentimes organizations don't want first responders to be in a situation where they, may let the lack of money, their personal financial problems, cloud their judgment. So that's one thing that, if you've got bad credit score, because you've got debt you owe, and you have all these other financial issues going on, then that could hurt you when it comes to your employment, working the industry you want to be in, and being able to, you have one less option now for something that you maybe wanted to do with your life. Now the second one we'll talk about, and this could possibly be the biggest one out of all of it, is housing, right? I mean, think about this. You're going to go and, rent a home, or if you want to go get a mortgage, right? If you want to get a mortgage and you got bad credit score, you want to get that fixed because, you're going to be paying obviously a higher interest rate on your mortgage, which is going to cost you a lot more over the length of your life. But when it comes to just going for a place to rent, lots of property managers, apartment complexes, they will run a credit check before deciding to let you be a tenant there. So, you think about it, here in the US, you have so much freedom to where you can travel to other states if you want. I mean, I've moved states in my life, right, from California here to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I live. I mean, there's millions of people who travel and move to different states, and you have that freedom to do so. But when you get there and you want to live in someone else's private property, if you don't have a good financial picture, if you've got a bad credit score, I mean, that can literally dictate your geographic location. I mean, you can be in a certain city, but this place isn't going to let you live there if you've got a bad credit score. So, you may wind up living in a bad neighborhood. That's the third point we're going to talk about. You could wind up living in a worse neighborhood where they don't care about your credit. And chances are people in the neighborhood also don't care about their credit. Some places let you live there if you have enough cash. And, and of course, it's not a guarantee that you will, but, you could wind up being in a place like that where they're used to dealing with people who've got bad credit and they have to use cash instead. So, I mean, you live, in a bad neighborhood. So you are there. You're going to have higher car insurance premiums by zip code. Oftentimes those can change by zip code because some places have more crime than others. They have more vehicle theft than others and things like that. So, I mean, just living in a bad area with your bad credit score is going to cost you more money just if you want to have insurance on a car. Now, also, if you're in a bad neighborhood because of this, it depends, or also means you'd be more likely to become a victim of crime. Now, hopefully not a violent crime. I mean, there's a difference between, property damage because someone spray painted on it, right? Or someone, even stealing your car. I've had a couple cars. One for sure stolen here in Vegas, then one in California. Actually, walked up to the car when the guy was in there trying to steal it. So in my family, we've had multiple cars stolen in the family. That happens and it's frustrating, it's annoying, but at least you're not hurt, okay? The worst situation to be is if you're, you're being physically harmed. You're getting, violence is being pressed upon you where you live. So again, having a better credit score, having a good credit score, even just a decent credit score can literally help keep you out of a bad environment or a bad situation. Now, the fifth thing we'll talk about where having a bad credit score, can really steal money from you is being denied for a car loan. So say you are denied for a car loan, that you've been looking to get. Well, now you're limited on your transportation options. So again, if you got some cash, you could try going on Craigslist and buying something there, or you're going to be taking the bus, or you're going to be taking a bicycle, you'll be taking something where you're either going to be paying with, more time, you're going to be paying with more money, and just the fact that you're limited in being able to, have a decent car can hurt you because it helps. It's easier and it's quicker to be able to get to places. So it takes longer to get things done if you don't. Oftentimes, again, depending on where you live. You live in certain cities, then you can get by without a car just fine. But many places in the U.S., actually the majority of places, actually you are going to need a car will make your life a lot easier. So, which leads to the sixth thing we'll talk about, that if you do get if you do get a loan, then you're going to be paying a high interest rate. You're going to be paying a high interest rate for however many years when you do get your loan. Oftentimes, they're not going to give you as many years to pay off the loan. So if you're going for a car, I've had good credit now for years. So the last couple of times I've looked to buy a car, they'll let me pay up to 72 months, 75 months, 84 months, that kind of thing, with low interest rates on it. I mean, when I got my car, the one I had 7 years ago or something, it was 3.5% interest rate on the car. The last time I got one, they came back and offered me either 3.45 at 75 months or 4.90, it was low 4.9 something at 84 months. So because my credit was good, they were like, yeah, we'll let you take longer to pay it off. Also you have good credit when it comes to going for a car that you're going to buy somewhere low, lets you oftentimes take it home for 24 hours, before you even buy, just to test drive it out to help get the sale because your credit's good. They'll let you do that. So if you don't even have a good enough credit score to get a decent interest rate on a loan, they're definitely not going to be letting you take a car home to try it out to try to get the sale. They're not going to give you as good terms on the loan. So because they're going to want their money back sooner, and they're going to want you to pay them more than another person would who has a really good credit score. And the seventh thing we'll talk about, and this is one that doesn't get talked about very much, is the added stress to your life. And how that stress, how much that can actually shorten your life and have a long-term health impact that will cost you more money. I mean, all this stress this financial stress that you're under, that takes a toll on you. That takes a toll on anybody. You're putting yourself if you're under a long enough financial stress for a long enough period of time, that's going to take a toll on your health, right? Not just your physical health, but also think of your mental health, think of your emotional health, right? And if you're under that much stress and it's just your normal to be under so much financial pressure, whether you're a single person, whether you've got, boyfriend or girlfriend you're taking care of, or elderly parents or kids or anything like that, I mean, that's going to wear on you. And then when you get older, what about your own health? How are you going to pay for that? If you've had so many financial issues for decades before, how are you going to pay for, being able to just try to take care of yourself in the later years of your life when you've had all this added stress from your early years in your life that have cost you? That's going to be tough. That's going to be painful down the road. And the biggest thing that having the bad credit score steals, the final thing actually that it steals, the biggest one really is your health. Which winds up also stealing more money from you. But the final one in this video is it steals money in the future. It's stealing from your future self. It's stealing from your future of building a life that you want. When you have bad credit, when you have bad finance, when you have all kinds of debt and just your money's just all over the place and out of control, it steals from what you could be building in the future. It steals from the potential you have in the future versus just this chaotic mess you have of money and money issues going on right now. So those are the things I want to talk about, the 8 things. I'm sure there's others people could think of. If you can, put them down in the comments section below. The good news is you're in control of your money, okay? I'm going to finish this off smiling and finish this off being positive, okay? Because I know a lot of this isn't fun to talk about. But the good news is you are in control of your money. The good news is you can fix a bad credit score. Sometimes it may take a while depending on what's on there, but you know, this can be fixed. You can make a budget and control your money. You can get a second job. You can work extra hours. You can do all kinds of things that, you know, you put in the effort, you put in the work, and you start to see that progress little by little. It feels amazing. It feels pretty good. So I'm going to finish this off on a positive note because I just wanted to do that with this video. But I also want people to be aware of some of these things that can happen if they don't do what they need to do with their money. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being so awesome. That's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you guys again soon.